Hi there, Kanessa here. I'm just going to make a quick little tutorial to show you how to get started building in Decentraland. The first thing you're going to do is go to Decentraland in your search bar and you're going to look up Creator Hub. Make sure it's a secure website, and here you are. Download Decentraland Creator Hub. This is like the builder tool where everything is going to happen. Once you've downloaded the Creator Hub, you're going to be at a page that looks like this. Welcome to Creator Hub, and this is where everything is to get you started. You're going to want to click on the Scenes tab, and that's going to open up all of the scenes that you've got. Since I've been building for a while, I've got a few scenes here. Yours is probably going to be empty to start. If you're not used to building and you just want to bring something in, you can go over here to Templates. And there's pre-made scenes. This one is 4 parcels large. This one is 400 parcels large. So some of them are quite big, but you can scroll down, and it's a great way to get started if you aren't comfortable building or if you just need something really quick to get you going. But let's build something. Over here, we're going to hit New Scene, and I'm going to start with an empty scene. It's going to bring up a name, so I will do Test. I'll do tutorial. This is going to come up as the description on your scene, so you can always change that later once you kind of know what you're going to do with it. Okay, so here you are. This is your new scene. You don't see much, just a couple blocks on the ground. We're going to change all of that as we go along. But the first and most important thing to do to get started is just to learn kind of the muscle memory between your mouse and your keyboard. So I find it extremely easier to use if you have a mouse with a middle scroll wheel, because the middle scroll wheel is going to let you zoom in and out. If you have just a keyboard, you can also do it with the keys on the keyboard. The W takes you forward, the S brings you back, the A takes you to the left, and the D takes you to the right. You can also look over here on the right side of your screen to see the shortcuts. This is going to bring up all the different commands that are extremely important in building. We call those hotkeys, and especially if once you get your skills into Blender, hotkeys are a lifesaver. So just build up that muscle memory with like moving around the scene. So you can see I can scroll to the left, to the right, but then I can also move the entire scene with kind of the pivot point right here, left and right. And so I'm going to try to explain a little bit of that so that you can understand what I'm doing as we go along. So if I click the right mouse key, this just pivots my view from here. But if I do the WASD, that's going to take me forward and backwards. The scroll wheel also does, but it's a little slower. It's good for really zooming in close and stuff. And if I hit the left mouse key, which I always did at the beginning, it doesn't do anything right now. So make sure that you, if you get in here and you're like, what do I do to get started? Make sure you're using that right key. You can probably change some of these, although I like to leave them just kind of as they are. Okay, so let's get something on this scene and get it deployed really fast, because this is going to be just a quick tutorial. I'm going to go into Fantasy. Down here at the bottom, there's different asset packs with different themes. I want to just bring some simple flooring, and I'm just going to drag this to my scene. I can scroll down, make it larger right here, and then scroll down. And all of these are 3D assets that you can bring into your scene. I love this weeping willow tree, and so I'm going to bring that in. It's a really beautiful asset. So now I've got it here. If I click on it, I can move it around. This is good for like big movements, but if I want to fine tune the movement where they are, I can click this arrow up at the top, and then I can move it to the left and the right. And if I want to make really tiny little movements, I'm holding down the shift while I'm moving that. So shift slows everything down. You'll see that when I get over to this side of the map, I get this yellow box around my tree, and that just means I'm out of bounds. I can't put it there. The scene won't deploy if that yellow square is showing up. So I want to have it right here in the middle. The next command is going to be the rotate. This is really good for, fine-tuning where you want your pieces. You can see, again, big movement. And then actually that one isn't as choppy. It was more choppy before I hit the shift key. So if you want tiny movements, if you're gonna like place something really tiny on the table, hit the shift key as you rotate. The next key is going to be the resizing button. I can make a really tall tree if I want. This is a beautiful rainforest. However, I will eventually hit the height limit. Fun fact, you can build higher with the bigger estate that you're on. A one-piece parcel can get you about this high. If I had a two-piece estate, I could go quite a bit higher. Okay, so there's my tree. I want it a little bit smaller. And it's beautiful, except it's not because it's too tall. It needs to be spread out. So I can use this and kind of bring it out this way. Then it's too skinny, so I can go like this. It's tedious. You could go back and forth on that. But what I want to do to make it easier is grab this middle section, which changes the size of the tree all at the same time. So to undo the work I just did, because I could go back and readjust it, but I'm just going to undo it really quick, and that's Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Let's do it one more time. So Control Z is pretty much your undo button. Might be the most important command that you have, so make sure that anytime you mess up, Control Z it to get back to where your comfort zone is. So now instead of grabbing these, I'm going to grab the middle, and that lets me resize something without distorting it. It's going to resize it proportionally. Okay, so that is pretty much all we're going to do right now. I'm going to publish it. So over here, I can hit the publish button, and I have the option to publish it to worlds or my land. So if you own a name is a minted NFT, that allows you an entire world to build on. It's 90,000 parcels, so it's a huge amount of space that you can publish to. Your land is actually a parcel of land in the main Genesis City map. So the main Decentraland, where you spawn at Genesis Plaza, that allows you to go there. I'm going to hit publish to land. Now it'll give you options. This is the area of the cantina. Since this is a one-piece parcel of land, I'm going to try to find another place on the map to place it. So when you're trying to publish it, this map will bring up all the scenes that you own or that you can deploy to. You might not own the land, but somebody else might delegate it to you, or you might be renting it. So this is a parcel that I'm renting. There's also, if I look down here, there's another parcel over in this neighborhood. So it should bring up all of your options to deploy to. So I'm just going to click that, and I'm going to hit publish. It's going to bring up a few notifications just to let you know it takes a little bit of time to publish, usually about 15 minutes, sometimes less. I find like if it's a really big scene, if it's a heavy scene, it might take longer. So here you can check out all of the information. You have one more chance to publish, and then it does say, please read carefully. After deployment, your scene will undergo processing before becoming available. It may take 15 minutes, and it's going to appear empty before that happens. And I'm going to hit continue. So there we go. I have deployed right before a party before, and I can tell you that last 15 minutes before a party when your scene has not shown up yet and your guests are arriving, that is the longest 15 minutes of your Decentraland life, probably. So yeah, we're going to wait for it to load, and we're going to jump in. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, so I jumped into Decentraland, and we're going to come down the road and see if we see our tree, and I see it. So there it is. I can climb my tree. It's got colliders built into it, and colliders are the things that let you like walk up to something and touch it and like that, and climb it and everything like that. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned enough just to get started, and I know there's going to be other questions. There always are. Feel free to reach out to me if you have questions. And otherwise, I'm going to try to keep making short tutorials just to get everybody started building, because Decentraland's a really fun place to build. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!